Jeremy, I know that you said the initial trade was a surprise to you. What was more of your initial reaction about coming to Los Angeles, playing for the Lakers?
I was extremely excited. I remember just jumping around. I couldn't believe it. And it was 2 in the morning when I found out in Beijing. And so I went and knocked on the door of my mom and my sister and my sister-in-law and my cousin and my trainer, and I woke them all up in excitement. I was just extremely happy.
I know that you've said that your role with the team, you'll play whatever role you need to, and you'll play your brand of basketball. But what are you hoping to accomplish in your first season in the purple and gold?
I'm hoping, for us, we want to make the playoffs. I don't think that's a surprise, and I don't think anyone really expects that from us. But I think any team should shoot for that, maybe as one of their first benchmarks as a team. And then for me personally, I just want to be myself on the court. I want to be myself, and I want to play the way I feel like I'm capable of playing. And I just want to be aggressive. And I've learned a lot over the last 2 years, and I think being able to apply that to, this team and being able to really be a more mature player that can really control a game, control the tempo. Those are kind of the things that I'm looking forward to doing.
You burst onto the scene with Linsanity and whatnot in New York, but you talked about not playing with that weight on your shoulder anymore. Does that allow you to play your game a little bit more?
Absolutely. That's, I think that's the number one byproduct of that is that I can just be myself on the court, and there isn't a feeling of having to be somebody or having to fulfill expectations or things like that.
You mentioned trading some text messages with Kobe Bryant while you were over in Asia, and that he says that we have a lot of work to do. What sort of work is cut out for you guys?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I think right now, from an organizational standpoint, we have to fill in a lot of missing pieces, and then I also think, from a player standpoint, we have to. It's tough anytime you throw a lot of newer guys together or younger guys together or whatever it might be, and I don't have any chemistry with any of the guys on this team. I've never really played with anybody, so we definitely have a lot of work to do. We have to learn to communicate the right way, communicate effectively, and learn to trust each other and build friendships that will carry on to the court.
A lot of players come in here and everyone wants to know, what do you learn from Kobe Bryant? And some talk about his workout regimen and just being on the court with him at the same time. But you mentioned mental toughness. What are you hoping to learn as far as mental toughness, and how do you learn that?
I want to just learn what his mindset is in a game, and how he approaches games, and how he goes through and fights through the setbacks and struggles. And I think if you watch him as a player, you don't really ever sense weakness in him. And he can miss a few shots and think that next one's going in, and or just the way that he, in a lot of NBA games, people are often tired because of the schedule and how crazy it is. But to be able to have that inner will and to have that, I guess, endurance or would be a word that I think would be adequate to describe his mental toughness.
You also shared with us your dad loved Kareem Abdul-Jabbar growing up, and we have a tremendous fan base here in Los Angeles. What are you most excited about playing in front of that fan base?
You're talking about, when you talk about the best top fan bases in the NBA and the top markets and stuff, LA has to be number one or close to number one. So anytime you have an opportunity like that, you just got to enjoy it, relish it, and just play with joy. And you can't really always control what the fans are going to say or think, but I can definitely control whether I enjoy the experience or not.
You were born in Torrance, California. It's 20 minutes down the road here. Do you still have family here in LA?
My brother and sister-in-law live out here, and so that's about it. My parents have moved up north to Palo Alto.
It'd be nice to get the Lin family at some of the games. Thank you so much for your time, and welcome to LA.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.